So I'm going to be continuing with this particular video, speaking a little bit more about Friday the 13th, and it is a witches holiday. It is for women to come together and celebrate who they are. And in the last video, I did state that when you're looking more into your own bloodline, when it comes to the matriarch, your mother, your great grandmother, your great great grandmother, and all the way back, you will be able to see certain things. And in the first video, I kind of just glazed over how it's going to be really important for women to be careful about this type of energy, because when people can see how beautiful you are, I don't care if it's on the inside, outside, what have you, people can see that and they will try to capitalize off of that, and in hopes that you don't see the beauty within yourself, right? And in particularly, I'm picking up on women who have children by men who does not deserve their participation of creating any type of a living legacy, right? And we already know when it comes to males, a lot of them tend to play in like demonology, and so they always look for hosts to, I guess, bring their demons through different portals and stuff like that. And they particularly use women who have low self-esteem, women who don't know her own beauty, and women who might be blinded, did I say that right? Blinded by her own ability to love. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're the type of woman and you know how to love, and you know you believe in going hard for the people that you really care about, it's like, that's beautiful, but do they feel the same way about you? You know? So it's that type of energy. Also, taking a look again at the matriarch bloodline to see what is the most strongest points and what are the weakest points. You know, some of those points can be women feeling beautiful only when they're being validated by other people. And so during your walk of life, you may have felt that you have to overperform or give, you know? Another could be recklessly creating children that you may not feel that you would be a great mother to, and you take that out on the children. So it's a lot of deep stuff. When I talk about goddess spirituality, it's not just, oh, it was whimsical and fun and having a good time. It's looking deeper into the bloodlines that's connected to you, the women that's connected to you, right? Because I know for certain that you carry all of those women within you. Just like how your grandmother was pregnant with your mother, and your mother had you inside of her, but you weren't, you were just like an embryo, you know? You weren't even developed, but you were there, is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. But what's another thing that I'm picking up on? Women that you may not have a great relationship with. It can be your own mother. It can be just, you may just attract certain types of women towards you, and that could be a blind spot. Also, this reckoning of like the sisterhood and women not being able to actually get along as a sisterhood. So you may have dealt with that type of energy. Again, cousins, sisters, aunts, grandmothers, mothers. Look at that energy so that way you're able to rectify that energy and, attract better in your life, in this walk of life. Because when I think about like our bloodlines and everything, sometimes you cannot tackle everything, but the most significant parts, they're going to always come up, they're going to always reoccur. And so when you spot those patterns, it's going to be good to look at that type of energy and, try to rectify it. When you do have the ability to create that safe space for yourself and for the women around you, you know, I don't know, it just sets a new tone to the bloodline, especially like I said with the women, the matriarch, even if it's like a silent reset, because again, everything doesn't have to be out in the open. This is very sacred energy, very private energy. And so you may have had someone in your family from 200 or 300 years ago who may have felt like, okay, I don't have anything else in this world, but I have my baby girl, or I have nothing else in this world, but you know what, I have myself. This is that type of energy. It's very, 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 very powerful. And I'm also picking up on witchy things. So for myself, I just bought me some new like sage and candles and a lot of my witchy things that I love to work with around this time of year, and just really all year round, but especially during this time where, working with the elements, flowers, the storms that we're going to be having, rain, and, just getting prepared for this new energy. So I really love that. I'm picking up on that some people may not understand this type of energy within your bloodline, or they may understand it, but they just don't care enough to actually do the work. And so it's like the ancestors will say, you know what? This walk isn't meant for them. We're going to pass the torch to someone else who is able to handle, and they're able to rectify. And I don't believe that, the women ancestors only want to solely rely on the living. They too do a lot of work in the ethers. And so this can be protecting you and helping you live a more productive or abundant lifestyle, right? So they could guide you to like money or financial opportunities, career opportunities, things like that. And even for those who have done what they wanted to do while they were here, you may have this strong essence to do the same. Like, yeah, I just want to be here and have fun. And also, you know, pick up the torch from my grandmother or my great grandmother. Or you could start like foundations as well that caters to women who are less fortunate, or women who might have to go through like a process of getting away from certain relationships, just things like that. In this particular sector, I wanted to correlate the spiritual side and how we're dealing with different elements of nature and the world, right? So, or the earth, rather. So, when I think about colorism, it's a negative, how people are weaponizing, you know, I would say their privileges against each other. That's one. And then two, if you are a darker skinned woman, you may have been born at nighttime or in the wee hours of the day. And I thought about this a lot and I said, dark skinned women have the ability to work with the moon. You may be called to water, called to the moon, right? Just like when I think about um, different pigments that we have when it comes to flowers. Each flower is different. You may have some that have a deeper shade, and then those who have a lighter shade. Just like if you're a lighter skinned woman, right? And you find yourself being drawn to the daylight, going outside, being adventurous. This is how that energy shows up. And so I really want women to understand that it's not a curse, either or, right? And you have to stop allowing men to put this foolishness in your head, because that's where a lot of this stuff is coming from. It's deep rooted misogyny, and it's just foolish. And so if you can have the ability to see past that foolishness and not listen to these types of men who is telling you that, hey, this woman looks better. Hey, this woman is jealous of you because of XYZ. I think women would be better off. But that's just me. So that is all for this video. Take care. There will be more to come, and talk to you later.